Hey guys, how's it going? Got an NU match today, and looking at my team, same team as last time, and yeah, I don't know. This is a really good match though. It's extremely close, and I slowed down like the last 10 turns because they were just crazy thoughts on the both sides. And this guy was actually a pretty good player. He makes some good plays and predictions himself. Looking at his team, he's gonna try and get the rocks up. So I know he's probably going to want to lead with his Armaldo, so I'm not going to lead off with my Superior, trying to get O-code by the X-Scissor. I'm going to lead off with my Probo Pass instead, just going to try and get my rocks up, or just go for the Rock Gem, Power Gem, I mean, to try and attack him. And the rest of his team, Liepard is annoying as crap. And then Sock and Haunter, that is a deadly offensive combination. That is very scary if they're both offensive, well, more offensive sets. Anyways, I do lead off with my Probo Pass, as he does lead off with his Legaldo, but a ding. I like that joke. That's pretty funny. But the Power Gem does just below the point where I can't 2-hit KO him, so I'm pretty sure now I just no I just keep going for the Power Gem. I do that. And I go into my Mischievous now, pretty obviously, but he predicts that very nicely and goes for the Stone Edge, gets a crit unfortunately, and I'm like, okay, I definitely don't want to stay in here and get critted by another Stone Edge, so I'm gonna switch out into my Probo Pass. I think he predicts that, goes into his Liepard, maybe he wants to taunt or something. I don't really know, but I think I just make the safe play and go for the Stealth Rock. Yeah, I do. And he goes for the Thunder Wave, and that's cool. And I go for the Power Gem right here, but unfortunately I get paralyzed by the Parahacks, and he goes to the sub. I'm just like, what does this guy want to do? I have my Sturdy up. I can take anything. I'm just going to Power Gem him. Don't want him to have a sub up. And now I switch my moves up in case he has disable. Go for the Volt switch just to get out of there. I know he's probably not going to sub twice, and I can go into something to take it on better. In this case, it is going to be my Electros, because it can take any hit and definitely kill it with any move from that range, besides maybe Giga Drain. I don't know. But yeah, I just Volt switch out to get momentum on whatever he goes into. He goes into his Liepard, and surprisingly, I cleanly take that out. That is the power of Specs Electros. I love the thing to death. It gets great coverage. Oh my gosh. So I go into my Probo Pass, and I'm just like, okay, this is the best thing I have to go into. I don't want to go into anything else because it'll get O-code. And here, I'm like, he's probably going to predict me to go into my Mischievous, but I stay in, and he just goes for the CC. This guy is just outplaying me. I'm not sure if he's playing obviously or just outplaying me. But that was a great play. I would never take that risk right there. That was great. And yeah. So now he goes into his thing as I just go for the Shadow Ball. Sorry about that lag right there. Wow. And I just pain split here, not trying to die once again, but oh my gosh, look at this lag. And the Thunderbolt does enough to the point where next turn I can just switch out and go into my Electros because I resisted. Didn't want to pain split just be at, because if I pain splitted I would be at like no health and I couldn't switch back in. So I'm like, okay, I'm at a decent health. I want to keep my Mischievous for Sock so we can't go for the CC and sweep my whole team. And now I go into my Superior and take the Thunderbolt like a champion. Oh my gosh. And I'm pretty sure on this turn I just go for the Leech Seed, trying to get health back from anything that he has. And he goes into his Altaria, and I do get the Leech Seed off on that, which is very nice. And I'm like, okay, he might be a defensive set, but I could have seen that he doesn't have lefties, and he's going to be like a Specs or a Scarf set, but I didn't, sadly. And I go into my Mischievous. I'm like, okay, he's probably going to Heal Bell. I don't even know, Roost something, but he just takes out my Mischievous, which really sucks because now his Sock can just get a chance to go for the CC on anything. And he finds out here that I'm scarfed. I think he was scarfed on how he stayed in, but now he can go into his scarf, and this is the part that I slowed down. I'm like, okay, I need my Sock for the rest of his team. I go into my Superior thinking that I would not need it for the rest of his team, looking at it really, and he goes to the close combat, and it does not take me out, which shows me that he is most likely scarfed, I believe. And then on this turn, he just takes me out with another close combat, so that shows me that he is definitely scarfed. So it is going to be Sock versus Sock, but I did not want to go into him and go for the close combat or the ice punch because he has many things to go into to abuse whatever I lock myself into, and then I could just die. So my thought process was fodder off my Electros. The only thing it'll be good against is the Armaldo at this point, and now I can go into my Swallow, try and go for the quick attack, and then the rest of his team is weakened down to the point where I might be able to sweep the rest of his team with Sock, but he doesn't. He switches out, which is kind of bad for me, but kind of good because now I can take this thing out, and I do. I go for the quick attack, and then I'm just gonna take him out with the Brave Bird. And this puts me at a very awkward point because I know that I might be able to sweep with my Sock depending on the situation, but he could. There are many things that he could have done. Like if he stayed in his. No, if he stayed in with his Sock right there, he definitely would have lost. It was kind of good that he switched out, but I don't think a quick attack without the Toxic Orb would have killed. I'm not completely sure on that one. Anyways, I don't know what I was just explaining, but I go for the quick attack knowing that he is scarfed now, and I'm just going to try and get as much damage off as possible. He goes for the Ice Punch, which was a really strange play. In my opinion, he should have just gone for the CC. That was a game-changing play. So I go into my Sock. The rest of his team is very weakened down. I'm just going to lock myself into Ice Punch because I don't want to miss the Stone Edge, and it's not very effective against the Sock. So I'm like, okay, just go for the Ice Punch, hope for the best. He brings in his Ampharos. I'm just screaming the whole time, don't get the para, don't get the para, don't get the para. I don't because of Static, and I get one more to kill him, and I'm like, please, no Static, please, and I don't get it. Somehow, luckily, he goes into his Sock. Now, it's at a point where I can probably just kill it with another Ice Punch. Let's see who's going to win this speed tie. Wow, look at this lag. Is this just my computer or what? That is crazy. And I do take him out with an Ice Punch, which is great. And now I can finish him off with yet another Ice Punch. So that will make it an amazingly close game. I made it back from what I think is a 2-4 comeback. Because of Sock, that is crazy. Oh my gosh, leave a like if you enjoyed that. I did make a brand new team that I like a lot, so look forward to that after this upcoming video. So yeah, that'll be it, and have a good one.